Bank of Industry organized a competition, and they asked about our handcraft work. So she said I will go with my last project, which is beaded mat and pillows. It was free and fair, and I'm very happy about it. Very happy. I was the third.
The third. So how much were you given?
I was given a check of 100,000 naira and equipment of 1 million. Bead like this one, like this bead, this one, and sewing machine, computerized sewing machine, and industrial sewing machine, gen, weaving machine, and sewing machine, manual. That one is computerized one, and manual sewing machine. And they paid for the shop. They really helped me. I will be self-employed.
Okay.
I will not rely on somebody now. Even if I want to proceed my education, I can do it myself. No, it's really improved my business, because before then I was just doing this beadwork. But now I have shop, doing sewing, so many things. Before then I didn't do sewing. I don't even have shop. But now I have shop, doing beadwork. I take my beadwork to the shop, so many things. It's really helped me. I have people working with me, especially in my shop.
Okay, so how many people work in your shop?
There are 3. They were trained already, and now they are working. We are working together and paying them. I really thank Bank of Industry. I thank them very much for giving us all these gifts. I really thank and appreciate Bank of Industry. Thank you.
They assisted me with capital because I've already been into the business before, but the thing is not as big as it is before. It is now. Before I had 2.
Okay, but now?
But now I wish to make them to be 4. My aspirations are, I would like to be self-employed and employ more workers.
If not for BOI, I'm not sure I would. I just finished serving. Now where will I find such money? Not like I have any money anywhere that I just want to. So basically where I am today is all thanks to God and all thanks to the Bank of Industry. So they basically made my dream come true, because I had always dreamt of having a workshop of my own, and they made that happen for me.
When BOI gave me the money, when they gave me the funds to start this business, and it was just like a breakthrough of my business, because I wouldn't have been able to do this without the loan. That's the truth. Even if I have the money, it won't be something like this standard.
It's put together.
No, it won't. We have studios around here too, but I can tell you that I think this is the best studio we have here. Like, people come in to tell me this is the best studio, and each time I remember, I'll just tell my friends like, BOI. It will remind me, BOI. And so without BOI, I don't think I can do this.
The BOI paid for this place. They actually paid for 2 years' rent. And as for the equipment, I was told to get an pro forma invoice at any of my suppliers. So I went to Cash and Carry. Cash and Carry gave me invoice. I took it to the to my relationship officer, and it was approved. So they delivered my equipment and all. I never expected myself in this situation, in this present moment. No, I've always seen myself as a poor girl and I'm going to die poor. But God has been faithful. So it has been a great impact in my life.
They assisted me with it. I started the business, and the business is just, I can say, it's just going okay. I bought some chicken, they start producing eggs. Since last year, since 16th of April, it's from there I started the business. I was collecting eggs. Sometimes I will have problem, but not much as people are having. Because my place is okay, we have ventilation in the house, we have, and the area is conducive for the chicken to stay. You know, some place, if you go to some places, the area, the place they are putting the chicken is not conducive for the chicken. But me, I have a room, well conducive area and ventilation for my house, so I have never had any problem. It's just small, maybe sometimes 1 or 3 they will die. But with all that, I thank my God. I have workers. I have about 2. They're helping me to give the chicken food, to clear the menu inside, and then wash the place and everything. But now, they used to go to Arabic school, so they're not around, so I have to stay and do it before they come back. I've been paying. Every month I used to take it. They say we should be paying. After 6 months, I pay that money. Then from there, I will continue paying the money. They make it easy for me to come to pay it back. Sometimes, if I get enough profit, I used to take it to them. But sometimes, if I don't have it, I will sell them. Or less, if I get, I will take it to them. Because during this rainy season, the chickens are not doing X much. And these ones, I'm inside now. For almost 1 month, they are not producing eggs. So I'm going to sell them after, during Salah, I'm going to sell the whole of it and then change to another ones.
Bank of Industry came in when I was about 6 or 8 months into the business. And I actually saw it on television as well, you know, and I contacted the zonal manager. He was quite friendly. He invited me over to the office. We discussed. I told him my vision. He was quite excited, you know, and being a woman, he encouraged me and gave me an account officer who did the necessary paperwork. And the money was released to the different vendors that I was using to acquire my machines. Before I got the support from the Bank of Industry, I think we were 3. And after that, we have, our staff strength has grown to 11. And I believe we haven't even rolled out fully because we're just doing the initial test run in Kaduna State. And given by statistics and reports, Nigeria feeds almost the West African coast. So the truth is that the sky is our limit. Eventually we'll be able to employ as much as 100 people, both temporarily and permanent staff. Before the loan, our output, I won't even say tons, because I was using it's not even up to 100-liter capacity machine that I fabricated locally from the Kaduna market here at Panteka. I fabricated it, but now we have a 1-ton machine for the mixing and another ton for the holding tank, and we have a separate vessel for the body care range. So I would say that our output has increased from a couple of 100 liters to, we're now talking about tons, because we run shifts, morning, afternoon shift. And then as the case may be, depending on demand, sometimes we run the night shift. This is actually what we were using before the intervention of BOI. As you can see, it's about maybe 100 liters, or if I doubt if it is up to. This is the only machine that we had before the advent of BOI, and that's how we started. We didn't have any source of backup for power generation. But with the help of BOI, we were able to get a 30 kVA generator. Before BOI, we were literally boiling our water and then taking it through the process. But with BOI, we're able to acquire this water treatment plant because the products have to use, the water to be used is actually deionized water. So we're able to get the treatment plant with the aid of BOI.
He has impacted a great deal because without the help of NADEP through BOI, we wouldn't have been where we are today, in the sense that he helps us to acquire the big gen, the mixer, because without the mixer, that boy you saw there was mixing it with his hands and it was tedious. With that mixer, we can mix like 7 to 10 bags in a day. But without the mixer, when we didn't have it, highest was 4 to 5 bags. So it has increased. So we now do a lot of marketing, meet a lot of shop owners, then our demand is high. Before the fund came, we were 19. But as I speak to you now with the fund, we are up to 25. Ever since I got the NADEP fund, he has assisted us in a way that before we were getting our raw material from Uyo here. But with the help of NADEP, with that fund, we'll be able to go to Aba, have a contact people there, 2 people there, that they bring in and we pay in money into the account. Yeah, because before we didn't have enough money to do that, but now we can do that easily. Before we couldn't get to many locations, but with the help of that fund, we'll be able to add another car to the one we had already so that we can do more marketing. With the marketing, we'll be able to acquire more places. That's in that avenue, we'll be able to pay the debt that we are owing.
I've heard about a lot of people that apply for loan and eventually collateral matter or all those matter discourage them and they couldn't forge with the loan. So I say I'm not interested. But the BOI is sincere with the offer. And when I went in, since all my papers are completed and they saw sincerity there, it wasn't hard for them to release the money. Even they monitor the progress of the company. They were even asking me, what are you going to do next? Do you want the loan again? What do you want? Another kind of thing. So it's not a hard thing if you're sincere. And of course, they too want people that are sincere to be sure the money will not just be gotten and done, used for another project. Well, before the loan, I was using a bus cutter in my house. That is a room, yes, a room. It's a bus cutter in my house at Oluyole. That was where I was using. And I had a staff then, and we were working. So when they came, they saw the place, they know that we are really up to the tax. And when they gave us the loan, immediately we moved from the house now to an office in Okeado, Sonasco Plaza in Okeado. And we got the machine and operation. Then I employed extra 5-6 people then. Because in this place, we have a principle. Work with me 1 year. After 1 year, I don't employ people that really know how to sew bag. I employ either graduate or undergraduate because I have a mission. I want them to become like me, a graduate diversifying and becoming creator of job. Now, the loan helps us to be more focused. You could have idea, and where there is no money, then idea will not be realized. It's not necessarily mean that it is all their loan that make up where we are today. But it gear us up, and we were shoot on our leg, and we keep on seeing greater tomorrow. It helps us, because if that loan did not come that time, we still remain inside that one room in the compound, and we won't be open up to customer and other opportunities. Anytime there's seminar, things that will improve our businesses, entrepreneurship matter, opportunities, marketing, all those kind of things, they invite us to seminar, they sponsor the seminar, and giving us opportunity to have more training in addition to the money, the loan given to us.
We started in a very small scale with 2-bedroom apartments. From there we grew, and we found out that we needed an expansion. Then we invited Bank of Industry to see where we are and what we intend to do. And then luckily for us, they saw it and they believed that we need expansion. And we started there to plan on how to get the loan from their industry. We benefited from them as soon as we found out that we needed this expansion. We invited them. They looked at it, they believed in us, and they gave us all the things we need to do, all the different process that we need to follow up to get the loan, which we did. We gave them the documents they needed, and at the end, we got this loan. It has improved my business. Initially I had like 2 ovens, but they brought in 6 ovens. We were not having automatic slicing machine. We have an automatic slicing machine that can slice like 1,000 in less than 30 minutes. You know, so it has really assisted us to grow, and we're doing very well. Before we accessed the fund, we were doing some jobs, you know, with manual operation. But immediately we went into this expansion talk. We brought in automated equipment that have enhanced our production, and that has also helped us. Yes, the equipment, you know, enhance our production, but we still went into a large expansion that we needed more workers. Before the loan, we had like approximately 25, but after we have gotten this loan, we have like close to 60, because we actually expanded so much that we need to bring in more workers to meet up the demand of our products. Well, from time to time, they come to encourage us, they give us some talks, making sure that we're doing well. Whenever there are trainings, they invite us to those trainings. Leadership training, management training. These are things they are doing to make sure that we're on track so that we don't lose out in our business with them. It's flexible. They gave us a payment plan, and God willing, we are following it. We have not really struggled so much, because we are people that believe in paying back. So we have not really have any problem paying back to Bank of Industry. It's been moving smoothly. I think they will also testify to that.
As a recipient of the CTG fund, I would say kudos to the CEO, Managing Director of the Bank of Industry. Because when I approached them for a loan, they didn't know me, and I didn't know anybody there. But all they looked at was, how viable is the business? How well are you managing it? And the moment I had everything they wanted, or the moment I met all the criteria, my loan was granted. So I really say kudos to them. And I also want to assure everybody that gone are the days in Nigeria when you will say, oh, I have no connection. Because I have no connection, I can't get things done. It's no longer like that. It's really on merit. At least at the Bank of Industry, I would say that. They've always been partners in progress with us, because we have a group of garment factories. We are also the promoters of Sam and Sarah, the one you usually see on Lagos-Ibadan Express Road. And the Bank of Industry, they've always been at hand to help us every time, you know, we need financial assistance for our equipment.
Crown Nature started from the passion of seeing the poor people in the society. Up to this moment that I'm standing and talking to you, the passion to go into this business, I don't know what fire can quench it. Maybe when I leave this place, is driven so high. Then I realized being an entrepreneur is not just because you need money. It's not because you want to be rich for yourself. It's because you want to make other people benefit from whatever you're going to do. One of the things in manufacturing that you need to do, you have to have capacity. With 50 employee capacity installed, it was not going to get us anywhere. The cost of production was high. We needed to increase capacity. Where do we go? Then Bank of Industry came in. I went to Bank of Industry. I first said, well, I've heard all kinds of notions, it's impossible. You can't get a loan from any bank. Of course, Nigerian banks are disconnected from the real sector, but not Bank of Industry. When I got there, I didn't know anybody. I just put in a proposal. And they called me, they sent me a mail and all the requirements. We met the requirements, and this journey began. And we started from there. The installed capacity increased from that 50 to 150 installed capacity, 150% at that point. If you have a genuine plan, genuine reason, genuine thing you're doing, when you talk about it, it will be seen all over you. Entrepreneurship is not about making money. It's about giving birth to something that is future sustainable. Good enough, the CBN governor, Bank of Industry, gave out a fund. We benefited again in the second CTG fund. Now the capacity installed is for 300 employees at a sitting one shift. At our second shift is 600. At the third shift is 900 employment. That's the installed capacity. And I'm saying that what else could we do? Now we've increased our product line from just the cab to several other, because the same equipment is actually able to do several other things. We were limiting what we had before. Now we started to produce singlets. Imagine the population of male in Nigeria, 180 people, 180 million people. Singlets, and it didn't take so much to do. We're producing boxers, which used to be imported. We're producing t-shirts. We're doing this jersey sport where the Chelsea Man U jersey. We're doing it. We're doing jeans. Right now we're needing to do handkerchief because it's just all over the place. And can you imagine, that is also imported. From the notion that they said Bank of Industry, is it really possible? With BOI, it is possible. I'm a living testimony of what Bank of Industry has been able to do and are intending to do.
Now, at the time, to order the machines and set up what you see now, I had to take a facility from two banks, Sterling Bank and Access Bank. And the interest rate at the time was 23%. It was killing us. We were dying. It was very, very, very difficult to meet the payments on time. And we were actually starting to get into quite a bit of trouble with meeting the payments regularly, repaying the loans. So last year, the central bank governor, Sanusi Lamido, came up with this collaborative efforts between central bank and BOI to invest in manufacturing industries, which we thought was a brilliant idea. And of course, our bankers encouraged us to apply, which we did. And we were one of the, we are luckily, our application was accepted and we are one of the beneficiaries. I'll tell you how it has helped us. First of all, we are saving. It's helped us save. I can't tell you how much in terms of repayment loans and the fact that the scheduled payment terms are longer. So it's a wonderful idea. It's a wonderful intervention. The second thing, of course, is employment. It is only manufacturing industries that can afford you the opportunity of employing Nigerians and that way helping in the socio-economic growth of your country. Right now we've got 100, and we started off with, when we started in 1993, we had about 10, 15 people, staff. Now we have a staff strength of 150. And with the exception of the expatriates, 6 expatriates who are supervising.
This backward integration to be able to manufacture smart cards locally was made possible by the support of the Bank of Industry of Nigeria. We're very honored to have the acting CEO, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, here representing the Bank of Industry. They have not only supported us, but they also sit on the board, giving us good advice and truly acting as a development bank for the growth of the economy. What we have added to our product lines is a manufacturing of SIM cards. SIM cards have been imported for many years. And with the support of the global SIM card manufacturers who are represented here, we have Morpho, Safran Morpho, and we have Gemalto. Secure ID has sought their partnership to be able to set up a world-class SIM card manufacturing line. Honorable Minister, we're indeed privileged to have you witness the practical manifestation of President Muhammadu Buhari's import substitution, local content, diversification, and export generation policy thrust. Our impact does not stop here. as this facility will continue to serve as a nucleus of a high-tech manufacturing training hub. We are a 100% Nigerian company, employing and developing some of the finest, youngest talents, particularly graduates. 98% of our workforce being Nigerians. With our global certifications, we have been positioned to export to clients in 19 countries across Africa. Now, Secure ID stands to be the first end-to-end SIM card manufacturing plant in Africa.